Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Super Adventure Island. This is going to be the last part, and actually, you know, as I've mentioned many times, this is a short game, and it's actually pretty easy most of the time. This is where shit gets pretty difficult. I gotta do a standard Nintendo maneuver here of basically moving as slow as I can so that only one enemy, or as few enemies as possible, end up on the screen at once. Otherwise, I will just end up getting butt-fucked by that goddamn penguin. Pardon my French. I've been practicing these levels for a while. Those penguins, pretty goddamn tricky. At the start we can rush a little bit because all we want is that boomerang. Let's try that again. Can't really afford to lose lives here because actually all three levels, well, two of the three levels in this set are actually pretty difficult. So I want to, you know, be as stingy with my lives as possible. So far so good from this part. Not the last life accepted. There is, you get caught in a crossfire of penguins, man, all the time. Pretty much my worst nightmare. Now, back when they were on the island, the penguins were docile and, like, easily tamed. Now that they're on their home environment, it's pretty much impossible to get around. As you can see right there. How was I supposed to do anything there? Luckily, these spear guys are at a little bit of a disadvantage. It doesn't look like this is probably their natural habitat, which, you know, I guess is fair, based on the color of their skin and the masks that they're wearing. But in any case, let's pick up this tomahawk and move down. Now this is the part where I have routinely messed up just by being an idiot. So you slide on ice. So what you want to do is get close to that guy, but not close enough so that he's shoving a spear into your urethra. And that is how I've lost probably half of the practice runs that I've done on this level. So you can see I've gotten to a castle here, and this is the castle where we will complete the rest of the game. That was actually a surprisingly good run through level 5 part 1. Because that is actually a pretty difficult level. The next level, hopefully, I will do a lot better at, though. This one tends to be pretty easy, and maybe I can rack up an extra life. And if I get that extra life, I might be able to make it through 5-3, and then when we get to the boss, well, the boss isn't that much of a problem at all. And of course, by saying that, I've totally jinxed myself, and will probably die on this level, and then repeatedly on many other levels. And I'll have to go back to the drawing board, do some more practice, or just cancel the Let's Play right here. But if you're listening to this, of course, that is probably not what happens. Spoilers! I probably defeat the boss at the end. Don't want to ruin anything for you. Excellent. Now I've got the fireball tomahawks, and that's going to make things a little bit easier through here. Because now we start encountering those skull creatures, just a skull and feet. And those obviously go down easily with the fireballs, not so easily with anything else. I like calling them LEDs. I think LEDs works better than fireballs. These don't look that much like fireballs at all. Anyway, take out these candles. You can see things are a little bit dark here. Those candles obviously aren't doing anything, so I don't think I'm doing the boss a disservice by killing them. Probably, I'm cleaning out his junk a little bit, maybe. Here, this is the only hard part right here. This series of 3 jumps over the spikes, and having gotten past those, everything else is pretty much a cakewalk. Of course, as I said, that I almost got murdered. Provided I can keep my fruit supply up. Sentences I thought I'd never say in real life unless I was a grocer. Through here, I think we're very, very near to the end of the stage now. When we see 4 pineapples in a row, we'll know. There we go. Speak of the devil. So, like I said, that level was pretty easy. That's not going to give us enough to get an extra life. Remember, lives come in at 50,000 points. But it's enough so that I might be able to get through the next level. Even if I die a couple of times, I'll probably pick up a life somewhere along the line. Hopefully, because 5-3 is actually the hardest level in the game. Definitely harder than the boss that comes after it, and probably harder than any of the levels we've played so far. So as far as I can tell, there is absolutely no way to get around getting this tomahawk, which is unfortunate because the boomerangs actually work a lot better on these guys. You can see their fester's questing me a little bit. They can kind of just walk under that arc to get away with it. But we can pick up this boomerang right here. I just want to be a little bit careful. I don't want to change weapons mid-fight. I want to make sure my strategy is constant. Oh, okay. You see, the staircases kind of complicate things a little bit. But still, not too bad. Let's jump down here. Should be about 6 more of these things to take down. When you hit the fireballs, the good thing, of course, is that they can take out more than one enemy per shot. So we'll just wait for this guy to jump up, hopefully. Because I don't know how he's going to behave once I get down there. So I kind of want to have him up here. Come on. Yeah, okay, there we go. And then we've got some problems with this candle guy. Actually, no. I forgot you could hit him on the flame as well. And now here's where things get a little bit tricky, and actually, that guy almost took me out. Those goddamn blue dragons, or I don't even know what they are, honestly. This game has a dragon ambiguity problem. We can get this candle. Candle, jump down here, buddy. I can't shoot you through here. And you can see I unlocked some fruit there. There's an area here with a lot of bonus stages, or bonus items, but Whoa. You can see the star right here. Sorry, I was talking here. So we'll talk about that star in a second. I was talking about those blue dragons. Those home in on you. They're kind of like the dogs in Super Meat Boy. Now, there's one of these stars in every single level. Sorry, I should say every single stage of the 5 included in the game. Unfortunately, I don't know where almost any of them are, so it's pretty difficult for me to actually get them. And when I do find them, it's largely by chance, but I actually did pretty well on that one. I almost got everything. And, you know, like I said, this is not a 100% run-through of Super Adventure Island. I'm sure those exist. But that actually worked out pretty well for me. I picked up that extra life that I've been harping about for a while. Now, if I can kill that candle, which I successfully did, then I've got a good chance of getting through the rest of the level, I think. It's still difficult because of these dogs and the candles. The candles can't be forgotten. Can't write them off. Secondhand citizens, still difficult to get through. But that was really the hardest part. It sucks having having tomahawks on this too. Boomerangs make everything so much easier, but you know, I guess beggars can't be choosers. It's a lot easier to aim the boomerangs because you can aim the boomerangs with the tomahawk. What? You fool! With the tomahawks, you're just going for angle essentially. Okay, let's try not to fuck this up. There we go. Much better timing on that one. Almost fell into the spikes like a true jabroni. Anyway. Almost out of fruit here. Luckily, there's a single kiwi. Enough to keep me satisfied, I suppose, for about 3 or 4 seconds. Unfortunately, I can't make that jump all myself. I gotta wait till this part. Get up here. I think there's some more fruit at the very top of this stage. No, but there is a boomerang. Almost as important. That cost me some precious time. Oh, but we're at the very end anyway. We'll just kill this dog. Perfect. That actually worked out much better than I expected it to. Excellent, and we're now on our way to the boss, and hopefully I can maintain this LED boomerang, because that would be really, really useful for taking out this boss. Not that difficult, but he's a little bit harder than the other bosses in the game, that's for sure. You can see him right here. Basically, he's just going to start laughing, and we're just going to toss some boomerangs in his direction. Now, when we jump, he jumps, so we've got to make sure that we do our best to stay out of that. I think as long as you double jump and make sure that your arc is well timed, you're going to be okay. And then he'll shoot these things at you. Oh, he turned me to stone! Okay, I forgot, I thought those things actually killed you. He also gave me the tomahawks, I guess, because it looks like I threw one of those by accident. Now, a couple more shots and he should be dead. Alright, he did die, but he died off screen, I think. There he goes. Now, having killed him, of course, this is a Super Nintendo game, so no extra points for figuring out what happens right now. He comes back in a second, uglier form. Totally not influenced by The Legend of Zelda, I promise you, if you were a lawyer. Anyway, so this guy's gonna come down, and we're gonna have our typical kind of Super Nintendo final boss battle, which is essentially, we can't hurt this guy. We've got to get him to kill himself. So this big fat pig is gonna come around, and then every time he jumps, he's gonna do a little bit of damage to these platforms, of course. Now, as you might have guessed, our goal is to get him to fall through the platforms. And actually, this is a little bit trickier than it sounds. Not as tricky as it is in some games, to be certain, but a little bit trickier than it sounds, at least. So we'll just kind of move from side to side. That'll be enough to get these to fall through. And actually, if he falls on this one, that might be the end of him. I might be eating my words for saying this is difficult. Yeah, I am, actually. Okay, that was a surprisingly easy ending. But, you know, that's just because of my true skill. It's not because of the game's ease or anything like that. So having killed him and picked up an extra life that is totally worthless, that will be the end of Super Adventure Island. We'll be treated to a nice little credit sequence here. Apparently, when you kill the sorcerer, then his girlfriend just comes back to life, ignoring the fact that she was coated in stone less than half an hour ago. Anyway, here we have the end credits sequence, and a nice little Hawaiian melody to take us away, but I don't think that too many people are going to be interested in that, because, you know, it's just kind of a nice little Sunday afternoon game, you know? There's not a whole lot of story here. Anyway, this has been Let's Play Super Adventure Island. If you haven't played the game, strongly encourage you to do so. This is one of my favorite action platformer games on the Super Nintendo. Certainly not super difficult, but it is a super adventure. Man, I felt really cheesy just saying that. Super cheesy just saying that, you could say. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this incredibly short Let's Play. It's been a pleasure to make. I will see you next time.